Hey y'all, and welcome to the Looking Glass Tarot. I want to do this reading on Chance Leslie Englebert. He was 25 when he went missing. He is from Edgemont, South Dakota. He went missing on July 6th, 2019. He's married and has a son. And he went missing after his wife picked him up from playing golf with her family. He had had an argument. She took him to her grandparents. He went for a walk and she talked to him on the phone while he was walking, and that was her last communication with him. The High Priestess. So the High Priestess is mystery. It can be use your intuition. It can be things like keeping secrets. Can also be the High Priestess. I kind of feel like he kind of foreseen some things that were coming. And I think he kind of felt like he needed to make a change in his life, and he was going to do that. And I think he had been quiet probably for a little while, hadn't been speaking a lot to people, been kind of keeping to himself. So I kind of think he was getting ready to make some changes. And I also feel like he felt like he should have used his intuition more. I feel like he had been real secretive lately, and I feel like he was going to make some changes. Let's see why else the High Priestess is here. It's pretty quick. 9 of Wands. So that, yeah, it's like he's a wounded warrior. Like, you know, he's been there, done that. It's happened several times. He's put things behind him. He's had to work and put things behind him, and it just seems like it just creeps up on him again, the same thing. A repetitive kind of thing. So he's kind of like used to standing his ground. So I kind of feel like he just thought, you know, I've been here, done this before, and I need to make some changes. So the 7 of Wands can be standing your ground. There we go. There you go. Standing your ground. Speaking up for what you believe in. You know, fighting for what you believe in, whether it's fighting for your right to do something or you know, just fighting for how you feel, just telling people how you feel. That would be the 7 of Wands, and I kind of feel like he was always having to stand his ground. He was always having to explain himself. That's what I feel like. So the Queen of Pentacles could be like a mother figure to him, because she would be like nurturing, loves nature, loves outdoors, loves outside. She can be materialistic, loves money, works on the side of caution, but she loves being outside. She loves being around nature and animals. Let's see why the Queen of Pentacles. She could be here for someone for him to talk to, like a mother figure or a confidant. She could also be here as someone that he worked for. He could have worked for this lady. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? She could also be related to him in some way. Strength. So this was a very strong lady, very strong-willed lady. She was very confident, very strong-willed. She could, like I said before, she could have been related to him, but let's see if we can get more information of why she was here. She's very strong-minded, I feel. So Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady. Determination. They can be a little stuck, kind of like in their ways, kind of like taking forever to do things. But the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady at working toward a goal. So I kind of feel like she might have just been someone in his family that was just around him that was trying to advise him on things. Ten of Cups. So I kind of feel like with the Ten of Cups here, this is family accomplishment, achievement. He did have that. He did have a family. He had accomplished that. Let's see why the Ten of Cups is here. And I feel like he loved his son very much. So, when his son was born, he knew there would be changes. There would be big changes coming because it would be 3 of them instead of 2. But he knew there would be certain changes that would just come along with that. I kind of feel like the changes, there were big changes between him and her when their son was born. Yeah, it was about trying to balance things out. I don't think they were balancing it out too well as a couple. So the Chariot came in, and when the Chariot comes in, it's about movement. It's about it could be about like moving homes. It could be about going on vacation. It could be about just a sudden movement. But when it's in reverse, it's everything, all of that is halted. And I did get it in reverse. So it's like they like I just said, there was like it was stagnant. They weren't going anywhere. They were just kind of stuck in that spot. Because I feel like he felt like everything just was the same cycle. It just kept going around and things weren't changing. And he just kind of felt like they were at a standstill. I feel like he might have said something to her before this all happened. That's why he had been so secretive up here and keeping... I feel like he had been thinking about it and then finally said something to her. Five of Swords. So there was some type of altercation. There was like the Five of Swords is a defeat of some sort, but you didn't gain anything from it, and you lost a lot to achieve this. So it's like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? So let's see why the Five of Swords. Let's see who was having, who this was for. The Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands would have been someone that came in and created this Five of Swords. And the Knight of Wands doesn't really pay attention to the chaos that they leave behind or the destruction that they leave behind. They're kind of oblivious to it. They don't really care and they don't pay attention to it. So this would have been someone older than him that come in and created this Five of Swords, which created this ending of something. Which I believe was why he didn't come back from his walk. 4 swords. So I do feel like this, it probably is 4 people that are responsible for his disappearance and know about his disappearance. I do feel he was walking, but I think the timeline of what they are saying, like the hours, like I think she said she called him at a certain time and talked to him. I think the timeline's off, because I don't think that's actually him that she had spoke to. Yeah. With the sun here, I feel like there were things revealed. He said some things that I really feel that he said some things that were not agreeable to some people. He was going to make some changes that was not agreeable to some people, and I think that is the reason for his disappearance. Yes, it was planned. 8 of Pentacles is like, this was planned. So I think, I'm going to say, I think that from the argument to where he was supposed to, where he had originally said to go, and they took him, or didn't take him to where he wanted to go. They took him to the grandparents, and then he went for a walk. I think all that was planned. With the 8 of Pentacles being here, that's very much planned. And the 5 of Cups is, you know, it is telling me that there is somebody that's had to emotionally leave this behind. But I feel like they're having a hard time doing that. I feel like it's bothering them, and it has been bothering them. They seem to be having a hard time accepting it. The Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers tells me, I almost feel like there is 2 people connected, as in lovers, that are involved in this, that know what's going on. I almost feel like this is a cheating on situation in here. Some of the information that was found out, maybe that we were cheating on someone. I think this happened at night also. I don't know if there was a celebration that week or coming up after that, or because 3 of Cups is about celebration, but I also feel like 3 of the people that know what happened to him are connected to him. They are connected to him, and I do feel like it happened at night. And I don't think he's near water. If it is, it's not very much of it. Rocky area, like uneven, rocky. Not much grass, not much greenery. I do feel like it was planned though, and I do feel like the timeline is not correct. Let's see what the Kipper tells us. Mature man. So there's probably a mature man that knows what's going on. He probably has money also. He may be known in the community. It could be somebody that's known in the family, known in the town, the community that knows. High honor can mean somebody that is known. It could be that they're at, this could also mean a monument, a national monument, like a bridge or a statue. High honor can also mean that. It can mean monuments, buildings, like the Capitol building or somewhere like that. It can represent that too. High honor can. But I do feel like there's 4 people that know. This mature man may have more information than they know has. I think they need to look a little more closer to home for him and for what happened to him, because I think he was getting ready to make some plans, some changes, and I don't think someone was happy about that. I don't think someone was happy about that. Let's see, I'm trying to find, I can bring that, there we go, so you can see that a little better. So I do hope they find him soon. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, actually for a year. I had some on my list and I just didn't get to it, but I do pray he is found soon, and I do thank y'all for watching. I do hope you have a great day. Love and light.